Welcome to English 150. I am Dr. Pavletic. You have gotten my first announcement, which brought you to Canvas. But before I jump into the Canvas shell for this course, I want to take a moment to touch on some Canvas basics that you may not be aware of. For some students, this is the first view they see when they go into the Canvas online through their MyFSU. Now, I recommend that if this is the view that you have, that you go into the upper right-hand corner, click on the three dots, and go from list view to card view. So now you will see all of the classes in which you are enrolled. Now, if you do not see all of your classes listed right here under published courses, it might just mean that your professor has not yet published that class. And so if you're feeling nervous, you can go over here, click on courses, select all courses, and that will give you a list of everything that is both published and unpublished. So that way you can make sure that the class is actually there. And hopefully, you're looking at this and it's just not the first day of the semester. If you hit the first or second day of the semester and a class is still not published, I recommend sending a polite email to your professor inquiring as to when the class will be published so that you can get started in things. All right. So going back here, the next thing that I want to point out, again, in case you have not yet done this, is if you go over here and click on account, you can go down here to settings, and in this area, you can add additional contact methods. So you can add extra email addresses if you have one other than your FSU email that you will check more regularly. I do recommend checking your Ferris email at least twice a day, once in the morning, once in the afternoon, to make sure that you're not missing important information. But you can also add cell phone, your cell phone numbers, if you have multiple cell phone numbers, so you can get things sent to you via text message. You can go in, once you've added those additional contact methods, you can click on notifications and determine how you are going to get notifications for certain things. So, and one of the things I recommend is making sure that you are getting announcements in a very quick and convenient method. So maybe if texting is something that's better for you, get those announcements sent to your phone so that you can then notice that you've got the announcement and then log into Canvas to make sure that you are reading the full announcement. Because if you're getting these notifications via text or via email, you are only seeing a portion of the announcement, and you are often going to miss out on really important information if you're only seeing a part of it. And you don't want to miss out on something that's going to help you to prepare because you only read the little snippet that was provided in those areas. All right, so now let us go ahead and get into our class. And currently it's unpublished, but once I finish this video, it will become published. I'm going to go into the student view so you don't have to see all of the behind the scenes information. All right, so now that we are into the Canvas shell for this class, once you got the announcement at the start, you found your way to this landing page where you should have clicked on this Let's Get Started button in order to get to this welcome video and the information provided here. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with this. As I mentioned, I'm Dr. Pavletic, and I've been teaching at Ferris for at least 7 years now. I am the English BA program coordinator, as well as the coordinator for the Integrative Studies Associates program. I have a bachelor's degree in English from University of Wisconsin-Parkside, Wisconsin being my state of birth. I have a master's degree from Marquette University in British literature, and my PhD is from Auburn University with focus in drama as a genre, as well as rhetoric and composition. And I really love teaching writing classes here at Ferris. I love helping students become better written communicators because it is a skill that is going to help beyond being a student. They are skills that will transfer into you as a professional, into the different careers that each of you is going to pursue down the road. Whether it's sending emails to your boss, sending text messages to a coworker, writing reports. Writing, unfortunately, is not something that you can get away from. So the information that is provided in this video, as well as below here, is meant to help you to navigate Canvas more easily and hopefully to be more successful in this class. Now, different people use Canvas in different ways here at Ferris, so you want to make sure that you are paying attention to how each class uses Canvas, because you don't want to assume that, the way that I handle Canvas is the way that another class handles Canvas, which causes you problems down the line. You are going to need to develop a certain amount of flexibility as you are taking different classes here at Ferris, whether they're fully online or face-to-face. Again, make sure that you watch this video all the way to the end and that you read all of the information on this Let's Get Started page in order to help you to get going in this class. And again, it's all about your success. All right, so on to some basics. This is the landing page that you will see every time you come to our Canvas page. My office hours are listed right here. You can use this link to book an appointment with me through Calendly. I want to emphasize the fact that appointments that you schedule with me through Calendly, as well as any individual that you might schedule with me through email, they are all going to get their own unique Zoom ID room. We do have mandatory conferences in this class associated with each of the 3 units that you will be working on. Mandatory conferences are going to be held in the Zoom room created specifically for this Canvas page. So that is over here on the left-hand side. I have tried to provide numerous areas for you to access information. So like the course syllabus and course calendar are both linked right here. The modules that you will need can be found here, but you also can click on modules over here to access that information. So as an example, when it gets time for you to sign up for those conferences that I mentioned, you can click on this right here, and you'll notice that, again, this is the link you can use to book a conference during my office hours. This is the link that you will use in order to book an appointment during those mandatory conferences. So when you click on this, it's going to take you to this sign up sheet right here. Now, one thing I want you to notice, and this is from a previous semester, but what you need to do is when you go to sign up for a class, you are going to highlight the thing, right click, insert comment, and then you will type your name right here, because I've found that some students don't actually have their names on their email accounts. And seeing something like hockeyfan23 doesn't tell me who you are, which is why you need to make sure that you are putting in your name right there. All right, so going back to those modules, you'll see that I have a tutorial here in order to help you navigate Zoom should you have any problems. So some of the other modules here, general information, there are descriptions. So this is where you will again find the calendar, the syllabus. The syllabus quiz is linked in here. There's an introduction activity for week 1. There are some extra credit activities that you can do. Looking at the assignment sheets are here, the submission links for those assignments. We have quizzes and activities to do through McGraw-Hill. There's also something called the personal learning plan. And I want to point this out now because this is not due, the 100% completion is not due until the end of the semester, but you'll notice that there are some check marks. So there are different points in the semester where you need to have it completed at 35%, 70%. These are each worth 25 points. Failing to meet these check marks or benchmarks means that you lose those points. And we don't want to lose points, we want to earn points. And then it's worth 50 points to get to 100% by the end of the semester. So all total, this can be a really easy 100 points just by hitting these benchmarks throughout the course of the semester. A few other things that I want to kind of point out is the fact that I have a technology tutorials area here. So you'll notice that I've got tutorials like if you're a Ferris student and you don't already have Microsoft Office, there are instructions for how you can download it for free, how to link Canvas in your Office 365, which is going to be necessary in order to make sure that you're going to see all of the documents that I have in here, how to submit assignments through Canvas, how to set up McGraw-Hill through Canvas, how to do peer review. There are tons of tutorials here to help you out. And if you don't see a tutorial here, I recommend using your Google skills to see if you can find a tutorial. Now, please, please, please pay attention to the information here. Very important. First, if you have technical issues, don't email me right away. Try looking at, some of the help options. Again, use Google. Another place that you can look is Ferris's IT department. If you're having problems, if you can't find the solution after doing all of those different things, then send me an email. But if you email me first, you can often lose a lot of time because, email tag. Here's something that's really important: browsers. Safari and Edge or Explorer are proprietary browsers for Mac and PC. Because they're proprietary browsers, they often do not play well with a lot of things like Canvas or McGraw-Hill. So I recommend using Chrome or Firefox, which are free for download, and I have links provided right there for you, because they're going to be a lot nicer. They're going to play a lot nicer with a lot of things, even outside of school. If you're having problems sometimes, I've got information here on how to clear your cache and cookies, because sometimes not having done this for a while can cause a lot of problems. Again, more information on that Microsoft Office 365. Notifications. I do not use Canvas messaging. If you send me an email or a question via Canvas, I will not see it. I will not get it. So please make sure that you are using email. And please make sure that you are using your Ferris email, because if you send me an email that is not from your Ferris account, there is a really good chance it's going into my junk folder and I'm not going to notice it, and you're going to be upset because you're going to think I'm ignoring you, but I'm not ignoring you. It's just hanging out in my junk folder. So again, do not use the Canvas messaging system, and make sure you are emailing me from your Ferris account to avoid it going into my junk folder. Now, there is a couple of exceptions. Sometimes I might send information to students who have not completed an assignment to remind them to complete an assignment. And if I use Canvas for that, it might go to your Canvas messaging. But if you respond to it, I won't see the response. So please do pay attention to this information here on this technology bolts and nuts area. All right, a few other things before I go ahead and end this video. I do want to point out, again, in terms of the course calendar, which is linked in a few different areas here and also in the general information area, you will notice that the entire semester is available for you to view. Everything that we will be doing from beginning to end, which I know at the very start can seem very overwhelming, it's here for you. I do recommend using a planner or an online calendar to start indicating where your assignments are, when they're due, because it can really help you with organization, help you to avoid procrastination. It's one of the reasons why I have everything visible, is to help you to plan. Now, sometimes students find that this little scroll bar has been scrolled over and they're missing some of the columns. So always check to make sure that everything is all the way over to the left, and that you are able to control the up and down scroll as well, so that you are seeing everything. The other thing is the syllabus for this course. Yes, it is a very long document, but that is only because students have forced me to make it longer and longer in order to close loopholes. You will notice that you can book a conference here. Again, my office hours. Here at the top, we have a link to the College of Arts, Science and Education's syllabus attachment. We have the university-wide syllabus attachment right here. Make sure that you go through the entire syllabus. There is a syllabus quiz, which is open resource that you need to take in order to answer questions. A really important area is going to be the assignment description area, where you'll see, what do I need to do for those unit emails? Look on the syllabus. The information is right here. The personal learning plan I touched on is here. Conferences, rough drafts, excuse me. A very important area that will be referenced again and again are the grading conferences. All assignments will be graded in a conference format, which means that if you don't attend a grading conference, you don't earn a grade, which could result in you earning a 0. And again, we want to make sure that we are earning points, not losing points. Another thing that I want to point out And kind of to mention when it comes to college is not only are you going to be learning skills and content, but you are also acquiring a certain, professional nature. And so one of the things that you will be working on in this class, kind of behind the scenes in some respects, is developing professionalism, which I have defined as accountability, paying attention to detail, as well as communication. And you will notice that there are comments here that are kind of drawing your attention to different things that are related to helping you to develop this sense of professionalism. Now, if you do not see these comments, when you are in the online version, you can click on comments and it will go ahead and make sure to open those up for you so you can see where I am calling out different professionalism things that are helping you to learn and to develop, again, communication, paying attention to detail, and accountability. So the last thing that I want to kind of, point out to you is the fact that I am here. You can contact me. You'll notice that my email address is here. You can book conferences with me if you want to talk to me. You can also text me if you have a quick question. Please note, and I will probably say this a number of times over the course of the semester, I'm not really interested in typing the Great American Novel with my thumbs. So if you have a complicated or complex question, I might ask you to email me about it or to set up an appointment with me so that we can actually talk about it. But sometimes emergencies happen, and you can always send me a text message if you need assistance. I am here to help you to be successful. If you give me 100%, I will give you 100% back. I meet with students on the weekends, if that's what best fits your schedule, in order to make sure that you are getting help when you need it. So I look forward to working with you over the course of the semester. And if you have any questions, please email me, set up a time to talk, send me a text message, and we can go ahead and get started. And I hope you have a great first week of the semester, and I hope you had a really good and hopefully restful holiday.